So, after the fallout of yesterday's defeat 3-1 at the Etihad Stadium against Man City, shocking defensive display, to be honest with you. I thought after Iwobi fucked up for the first goal, I thought we'd done all right first half. I thought it was quite a good first half from us, to be honest with you. And we had them at arm's length. They didn't really create a great deal against us in that first half. And then bang, switch off again. 2-1 down going in at half-time. Right on half-time as well. Killer time to score a goal. And I don't think we bothered to come back out for the second half. So many poor performances in that second half. It was unbelievable. But it is what it is. They're 3 years into Pep Guardiola's plan. Reigning champions, spent an absolute fortune. And it shows. They've got absolute quality all over the park. To the point where they left Leroy Sané on the bench. Probably for the best, because Sterling's ended Lichtsteiner's career, so I don't know what fucking Sané would have done to him. Maybe he would have sent him back to Switzerland, who knows. But anyway, before I get into my player ratings for this game, big up everyone who's subscribed and viewing the content. Don't forget, stick a thumbs up on the video, that lets me know that you're enjoying the content, and share it around. Leave your comments down below as well. I'll try and reply to all of them if I possibly can. But let's start with our goalkeeper for the day yesterday, and that was Bernd Leno. Can't really fault him for any of the goals. It was just, not many goalkeepers would have saved any of them, if any of them. Made some important saves. I've seen a lot of people saying he was shit and he was parrying stuff out to their players. Come on, man. If he hadn't have made the saves he had made, we would have been embarrassed, like 5, 6, 7. So, on that basis, I thought his kicking was not too bad. I thought he was cool under pressure. Not really the game to be judging our goalkeeper on. So I'm going to give him 7 out of 10. Oh, God. On to Lichtsteiner. As I just said, Sterling had the freedom of the Etihad. Literally just toying with him at times. So far out of position in the second half. He was almost playing as a centre-back. First half, he was either too close or too far away. Second half, he was too far away the whole of the second half. There was a point in the second half where Guendouzi went past Kevin De Bruyne, I think it was, played the ball out to the left wing to Aubameyang, and Aubameyang's trying to cut back inside, looking for a diagonal ball over the top. And Lichtsteiner was 10 yards away from Laporte, nobody near him, just standing there, brain dead, not even attempting to make that diagonal run towards the box. Which would have given Aubameyang a pass over the back line and maybe a chance on goal. But no, he just stood there. So, all-round piss-poor performance. Like I said, Iwobi was at fault for the first goal, but they targeted Lichtsteiner for the rest of the game, and they got their just desserts. So, for that reason, I think he's finished. He's not good enough. He's an aging footballer. And I'm eating humble pie because I thought he was going to be a good signing for us, but he's been nothing short of dog shit. So I'm going to give him a 0. Big, fat, juicy fuck all. On to the other side, Kolasinac. This geezer winds me the fuck up. 1 week he looks fantastic. Next week he's blowing out of his arse after half an hour. What is he? I get told so many times by people, oh, you got to give him a chance, man. Oh, he's good going forward. His job is to fucking defend. He can't play in a 4. He can't cross a ball in a 5. Why are we making excuses for this guy? The geezer is not fucking good enough for Arsenal Football Club. So the quicker everyone accepts that, the quicker we might actually move on and actually go and get a proper fucking left back, left wing back, whatever the fuck you want to call him. People call this guy the Tank. Come on, man. The geezer ain't the Tank. What, fucking Thomas the Tank? Seriously. I'm going to give him... I don't think he was as bad as Lichtsteiner, but like I said, he was blowing out of his arse after half an hour of that game. He did absolutely fuck all. I'm going to give him a 2 out of 10. Now to the 3 in centre-backs. Mustafi. Jesus Christ. Again, I thought he'd improved this season, and certain games he has improved. But yesterday, the first goal, he was about 15 yards further back than everybody else. What the fuck are you doing? The second goal... He's trying to, sorry, not the second goal, the third goal for Aguero, the hat-trick goal. He's actually marking Lichtsteiner. What the fuck is he doing? He should be where Koscielny is. Koscielny should be the other side. Instead, he is fucking almost bending Lichtsteiner over. Come on, man. This is a World Cup winning fucking centre-back. Again, not good enough. Not good enough for Arsenal Football Club. The quicker we fucking bin this div, the better. About back up on top. How about back to fucking Germany, mate? Tatar or Villarreal, Valencia, wherever the fuck you came from. Get out. I'm going to give him a 1. Bullshit performance, dog shit footballer, has been for a long, long time. Next to him, Koscielny. In my opinion, the best of the 3. And that ain't really saying a great deal. Let Aguero run off of him a couple of times in the game. Let Sterling just walk past him at times when he's cutting back inside. The only reason he's going to get a decent-ish score is because he got us back in the game. And after that, for the rest of the half, I actually thought he looked pretty good. Second half, fucking hell. It was like watching Koscielny of the cup final against fucking Birmingham. So on that basis, I'm going to give him a 4. Like I said, I thought he was the best of the bad bunch. Monreal. I like Monreal, don't get me wrong. I've always praised Monreal. I thought he's been our most consistent player over the years. Always know what you're going to get with Monreal. I've called for Monreal to play at centre-back, which he has done. But yeah, what is he doing? You've got one of the most lethal strikers in not just English football, but European football. And for their second goal and their third goal, you were just standing there allowing Aguero to walk straight in for a tap-in. The fuck are you doing, mate? Finished footballer, another one that needs to be binned in the summer. He's getting a 2. Now, this is where we can pick it up a little bit because I am going to go on to Guendouzi. And again, I don't know what game people fucking watch, but if you go on Twitter from last night, when I was driving back from the game, obviously I wasn't driving, I was in the passenger seat, but I'm going through my phone, okay? Before anyone says, oh, driving on your phone. I was going through my phone, and all over Twitter, I'm seeing people going, Guendouzi was shit. Yeah, Guendouzi's got no passing range. Guendouzi just falls over. He's like, what fucking game are people watching? Seriously, that kid was unbelievable yesterday. Unbelievable. He can walk off of that pitch knowing that he was fucking brilliant and he gave everything yesterday. Comfortable in possession, always looking for the ball, always trying to take a man on, always trying to look for that decisive pass. But guess what? Our fucking strikers yesterday decided, do you know what? We're not going to bother making runs. We're going to come and suck back into midfield. So now you've got no fucking option because the wing-backs couldn't be asked to fucking be wing-backs and they're just running into midfield as well. What the fuck is going on here? Seriously. I thought he was superb. Every time he gets the ball, he's just so composed. And he was up against some fucking ballers yesterday. Kevin De Bruyne, Aguero, Sterling, Silva. He's got some good players in that midfield up against him, and he didn't look out of place. For me, he was man of the match. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. And long may that continue, because I'll tell you something, we've got a fucking gem of a footballer there. Now, another gem, another one that can walk out with his head held high, is Lucas Torreira. Again, I thought he was one of the better players. Didn't get overrun at all. Tried his hardest, got stuck in, putting tackles in. Wasn't his best game for Arsenal, let's have it right. And I don't think he was as good as Guendouzi. But with that being said, I do think that he tried his hardest. And let's be real, he's 22 years old. He's in a new league away at the champions. So it is what it is. I'm going to give him a 7. Now we go on to Alex Iwobi. I've backed this kid for a long time and I've been backing him in recent time. But I don't know what the fuck he was doing. Imagine being the manager, you're sat in the dressing room and Emery's sitting there going, do you know what, lads? Get yourselves out there, keep it tight for the first 15 minutes and try and hit him on the break. Just keep composed, keep the ball, don't do nothing stupid. In that ear, out that ear, Alex Iwobi. What'd you say, boss? Seriously, why does he look so dopey on the ball sometimes? Like, I rate him, I think he can improve. But seriously, bang it in row fucking Z. You're in the first fucking minute. And effectively, the game was pretty much dead from there on, let's be honest. Yes, I know we got back into the game. He actually got better the longer the game went on. But again, I can't make any excuses for him yesterday. He's running full pelt at Laporte, I think it was, who was playing left back. And the closer he's getting to him, the slower he's getting. Now, if that was Raheem Sterling running at that guy, he's jinking round him, dropping a shoulder and whipping across into the strikers. No, Iwobi slows down, turns around, passes it back. Shocking performance, 3 out of 10. Now on to Lacazette. Like I just said a minute ago, I thought Lacazette yesterday was poor. I don't think that he covered himself in any glory. Yes, he tried. Yes, he tried to get stuck in, but he didn't really make any runs. It wasn't like Lacazette that we've seen all season, really, where he's physical and he's trying to get stuck in and trying to make something happen. He got barged off the ball so many times yesterday by Fernandinho and Otamendi. It just weren't a Lacazette performance. I don't necessarily just blame him. Obviously, like I said, they were dropping back in the strikers, which meant that the midfielders didn't really have an option. The wing-backs weren't going high up, and when they did, the ball weren't getting out to him. So I'm going to give Lacazette a 4. On to Aubameyang. I thought he was worse than Lacazette. One week he's great, next week he's shit. What can we say? I think the highlight of his game was him doing some little fucking skill pass. Come on, mate. What's that all about? Do that when you're 4-0 up and coasting at home. You don't do that away to Man City. Yeah? 3 out of 10. Substitutes. Denis Suarez. Feel sorry for the lad. He's been crucified by our fan base, but I expect nothing less. This is a fan base that want to jizz and knock one out over a fucking player that can't even get a game anymore. So it's no coincidence that the guy that's come in to replace him effectively this season is getting abused for not doing it in 23 minutes of being on the pitch, is it? So, listen, it was hard coming on against Man City, 3-1 down, away to the champions. Not the greatest debut. I'm giving him a 3 out of 10. Aaron Ramsey, again, didn't really do fuck all when he came on. Shame, really, because he has played pretty well recently. I think we fucked up by not actually starting Ramsey. I would have started him. I would have dropped Aubameyang and played with one up top and put a bit more in midfield. But we didn't, and we can all say what we would have done after the event and look smart, can't we? So, again, 3 out of 10. Mavropanos, this is a bit of a weird one because I've seen Emery come out and say that Mustafi's been suffering mentally the last week or so, and he had 2 bad moments mentally in the game, so I decided to substitute him. Well, I don't know what's going on there. That could be some mental health issues. That could be he's got something like outside going on. But if that's the case, why start him? Okay, so, and listen, I ain't going to sit here and coat that off. We don't know what's going on in his life, do we? But at the end of the day, if that is the case, Mavropanos should have started the game. That's how I'm seeing it. I'm not going to give Mavropanos a score because he weren't on the pitch long enough. Unai Emery, though, I am going to give him a score. I'm giving him a 4 for yesterday. He fucked up by not putting Jenkinson in the side. He fucked up by not putting Mavropanos in the side. And he fucked up by not putting Aaron Ramsey in instead of Aubameyang. So, simple as that. First time I've really questioned anything he's done this season. I've not lost faith in him. I'm backing him for the rest of the season. I still think he's a top manager. But yesterday, he fucked up. The fans, I'm going to give them an 8. They were loud. They stayed pretty much mostly till the end, majority of them. And as soon as the City fans started fucking throwing coins and lighters, they got stuck in. So fair play. I was right up at the top tier, so I didn't actually see any of that. I've seen it afterwards, and fair play. Listen, end of the day, you want to start throwing coins about, don't be giving it and them thinking it's all going to end nicely. I don't condone any violence at a football match, obviously, but it is what it is. And they sung their hearts out. We cheered our team to the end. It just weren't to be. One thing I will say, though, is last season we went there and the 3-1 felt like a 6-1 because we weren't in that game whatsoever. This year, I see a bit of an improvement. We were in the game until the 44th minute. And yeah, we didn't come out the second half. But all in all, same result as last season. But I can take positives out of that. I think that we need to strap up Guendouzi and Torreira ASAP to new deals on a bit more money because I think we've seen enough from them this season to know that the giants in European football are going to be sniffing around both of them. And we need to look after both of them. They're the future of this football club. Anyway, until my Huddersfield preview, which will be Friday evening, I'm out of here. Don't forget, subscribe, like, share the content around and leave your comments down there. Laters, peeps.